everyone, it's Elizabeth with the Inner Light Moon Oracle, here to give the full moon in Libra reading. We had a full, beautiful lunar eclipse a couple nights ago, and so we're coming into this waning cycle, still kind of experiencing the effect of that full Libra moon and eclipse, which just makes everything more intense and acute. A lot of interpersonal relationships, communications, and then Libra being ruled by Virgo has a lot to do with diplomacy, patience, and welcoming the abundance of Jupiter that's prominent right now. So if you can just take a moment and take a few breaths, settle yourself in. Just tuning into everyone who's interested and connecting into this full moon cycle we're in for the next couple weeks. So yes, take a moment, tune in, see if one of these piles resonates with you. Excellent. So we'll start with the far left pile. If you chose the left pile, your card for this full moon is the Freedom card, Unshackle, Begin Anew. That's really resonating for me. And then behind you, we're showing the 4 guardians of the 28 mansions, reversed, and the rest card coming up for you, Sleep Rejuvenates. So we'll start with the Freedom card, the Horse Zodiac, with the beautiful full moon right behind. And you're seeing this rider a little bit askew on this wild and free horse. And it's really about making independent decisions, going off on your own journey. This corresponds with the Fool in the traditional tarot, and the Fool being a risk taker and willing to just try new things, and undaunted, and also without constraints, without limitations. So like very open beginner's mind is the card for this full moon for the left pile folks. And then behind you, you're coming out of this period of guardianship. So it looks like there was some reversal, some obstacles to this receiving this kind of security and blessings from the heavens. So the 4 guardians are really the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. We have the black tortoise of the north, the vermilion bird of the south, the azure dragon of the east, the white tiger of the west, and in the center on earth is the Chilean, and all these guardians rule the heavens. So these constellations that are written in Chinese, each guardian has 7 mansions or constellations that they're guarding. And then as the earth rotates around the galaxial heavens, these guardians sort of take their turn, and then we have the seasons. So this is also a seasons card, and sort of honoring the rhythms of nature, the rhythms of ourselves, because we are nature, and we go through our natural cycles just as nature does. And then above you, you have these 4 pillars, the 4 directions always above you and supporting you and guiding you in a way. So knowing that that's there and trusting that that's there for you. So that's where you're coming from. And maybe the trust wasn't there. Maybe things felt, not so supported, or not so, maybe you felt a little bit disconnected. But you're moving into this period of rest. So we're seeing the first element card, and this is a water card. And it's such an important quality that isn't really honored so much in Western culture, and especially in modern life. It's acknowledging how valuable and critical rest is for our creativity, for our sustenance, for our mental health. For so many reasons, rest is really this natural process, and also we should forgive ourselves for resting. Rest rejuvenates, as the card says. Sleep rejuvenates. And rest is also sort of honoring our humanness, honoring our physical selves that we live, the bodies that we live in. So for my left pile people, this is your full moon reading, and it looks like going places, or at least going new directions, and resting coming up for you. So travel and rest. And then moving into the middle card. Middle pile, sorry. So just tuning in to those of you who chose the middle pile. If you chose the middle pile, Chang'E is the card for your full moon, and this is the retreat card. Chang'E accompanied by the jade rabbit. This is the Chinese moon goddess. And then behind you, we have another reverse card, which is the water card, collecting concentrated and focused energy. And then before you, middle pile folks, we have the essence of water. So far for both of these readings, water has been the only element showing up. So let's start with Chang'E, the moon goddess. She kind of, there's a little bit of escapism in her character, and the jade rabbit, which is the Rabbit Zodiac here, is really about elegance, purity, sacrifice, and beauty. So this retreat is really, they live in this crystal palace here on the moon, two of them together, no one else. So this retreat card is really about, similar to the rest card, like just taking a break, really reflecting in a bit of isolation, a bit of separation, to connect in with yourself, to connect in with your own moon, your own intuition. Sometimes you need that separation and isolation in order to really get clear about what you need, what your desires are, what your intuition is telling you. So that's your card for this full moon. And then behind you is this collecting card. It's a meditation card. So just flip that around. Looks like in the past couple weeks, maybe you've needed or have been trying to get into this state of like collecting your energy, and it hasn't maybe manifested for you as much as you wanted. Concentrated and focused energy. Maybe things have felt a bit diffuse for you, or not as clear as you'd like them to be. So this collecting energy is really about being with nature, understanding that we are nature. There is, at the very core level, subatomic level, there is no separation between us and the atoms around us and the air around us. The air we breathe sustains us and is essential to our life, as is the water around us. So understanding our natural self, and that we are part of the five elements. We are composed of the five elements, and we change just as the five elements change. And this person seated in meditation is really just centered and understanding that they can collect the energy from nature, because we are nature. So that is recent past. And then middle pile folks, coming up for you is the essence of water. So the essence cards sometimes indicate a new beginning, something fresh. Also represents the concentrated and focused energy of the element. So this is the element of water, which has to do, could be a new love coming up or a new passion coming up. The essence, water really has to do with our emotions and our intuition and our connectivity on a spiritual level. So something new is coming from this time spent in quiet and retreat, and then looking to see what new thing is coming. So middle pile folks, happy full moon in Libra. And Libra is the star that, a constellation that really loves beauty and balance. And then let's look at those of you that chose the right pile. Take a moment and just connect with you. For those of you who selected the right pile, the card for your new moon is Prosperity. Forgiveness unlocks marvels and magic. And then behind you, we have the Loyalty card, and before you, we have Summer, the season of fire. So for my right pile folks, these two cards were, there's some resistance to these two cards. So let's start with the Prosperity card. Actually, let's start with where you're coming out of, which looks like some kind of relationship issue, either a relationship at home or some kind of dynamic, maybe with a love partner or a very close personal relationship. So we have the Dog Zodiac here in the Loyalty card. Shiza love, protecting the peaceful home. So the Shiza are the Japanese food dogs that are common in the Okinawa Islands. And this card is really about what you create at home, spirals inward and also spirals outward. So really valuing your relationships and taking care of your relationships and the communication that's required, respecting the yin yang elements of each relationship and each person. We all have both yin and yang, and honoring both sides and using communication, love, trust, and happiness. Shizas are really a lot about happiness, our own personal happiness. So this was reversed. So it looks like there was some struggle, maybe with the communication, maybe some tensions, maybe some things that can't seem to be resolved. So coming from that card into a wood card. So this is a spirit level card, and then we're moving. This card for your full moon is a Prosperity card. Forgiveness unlocks marvels and magic. So for you, my right pile folks, it's really critical for you to forgive, to really settle deep into yourself and look at all the internal, whatever it is, anger or resentment or just all those negative emotions, really have a look at them and then release them. That's what she's doing. This is a lantern from the Lantern Festival. And she's written lucky on here, but you can write, you don't have to release a Chinese lantern, but this idea of writing out all your resentments and then releasing them, or, not holding on to the negative emotions, really purifying them through your mindset, through real, have some time to examine them and own them, own that you're in whatever circumstance that's lighting you up and forcing you to have these emotions. The emotions are there, they're part of life, and they're meant to move, they're meant to bring your attention to things that can be shifted, perspectives that need to be changed. And as far as forgiveness goes, it doesn't mean your boundaries need to be compromised. Forgiveness is just being in gratitude, thanking whoever's pissing you off for teaching you that lesson, teaching you about yourself, that these are whatever it is that you don't like, thank you. Thank you for showing me I really don't like that. Thank you for showing me that I'm really compromising myself, or I'm not, standing up for myself, or I'm not speaking up for myself, or whatever needs to be acknowledged. To really be in gratitude and also in forgiveness of yourself for whatever you're putting up with, and maybe really committing more to yourself, I'm not going to put up with that anymore, and being good to yourself. And this release of the lantern really allows something new to come in, and really permits a fresh start, which is what this wood energy is really about, development and growth. We're in the wood season right now, which is the spring season, new growth, new beginnings, and this lantern festival that happens at the end of the lunar new year is really about the new beginning of the new year, like really having a fresh start, which we saw in the first reading with the Horse Zodiac. So nice fresh start for this full moon, and then moving into the season of summer, the season of fire. So it looks like a lot of action coming up for you, right, pile folks? A lot of activity, a lot of passion, a lot of energy and excitement and dancing and just being in a real productive and joyful space. So that's very beautiful. That igniting of the fire energy coming. So it's kind of nice. We had a lot of water in the earlier readings, and now we're seeing wood and fire kind of complementing each other, because when you can really forgive and let go of whatever is, weighing you down, that really like gives a lot of fire and energy to like what you really want and permission for you to really have. You're just releasing like all that heavy energy, and gives you a lot of freedom to be in this more energetic and excited state. So happy full moon with the eclipse, very intense for everybody, maybe not for you, but definitely for me. And see you guys for the new moon. Many blessings.